Oh, shit.
Hiya.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Want a cup of tea?
Yes.
Hello, and welcome back to another fantastic spooky edition of a Dualshockers discussion video where we're going to be talking about some of the biggest spooksters there are in video games here on Halloween. Hopefully this video comes out on Halloween, well, pending whoever's editing this. Today with me, I have a illustrious cast here of some big, beautiful faces. I'm going to start with the bottom of me on the left here, Logan Moore. How you doing, Logan Moore?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Mario Rivera?
Doing well. How was sports this year?
I don't know. Shorter? I guess shorter.
On the other side of me, I have, of course, Michael, the man. He works here. Ruiz, how you doing, buddy?
I'm a contributor. It's good to be back.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And right below me in the video, as you can see, I'm the only one that can see this. I, of course, have Peter Spitek. How you doing, Peter?
Oh, I'm doing great. Are you? You're above me. I'm doing very well, thank you.
All right, fantastic.
I'm excited to get into it.
Yep, 100%. And to below Logan, I have, of course, Ricky Freck. How you doing, Ricky Freck?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
You sound wonderful.
Good. Glad to hear.
Yeah.
Only if you watch both videos will you understand that.
And
He won't tell you what the other video is.
That's right. You just have to
Watch
find
every video on the channel.
Yeah, third quarter video. Check that video. Anyways, below Mike, of course, I have the most handsome boy, Ryan Meltzer. How you doing, Ryan Meltzer?
Personally, I think Mario is the biggest spookster on Halloween. You know, I'm just saying. So.
Just because I got colored hair.
If you use the word spookster, that's a good word.
Oh boy! And of course, we're here. Obviously, we're gonna break down a what is this? What sports is this? March Madness.
I guess it's
bracket.
It could be a March Madness.
Anyways, I'm gonna show the people.
It's just a bracket. I guess the NCAA doesn't have a monopoly on brackets.
Well, that's good.
We don't have to pay a royalty.
No, yeah, for sure. In the bracket, of course, we have some of the biggest spooky people in video games, including obviously the Big Daddy from BioShock, the Rat King from Last of Us Part 2, spoilers, the Head Crab from Half-Life, and then, of course, some other great ghoulies. We will break this down, starting with our left bracket. So on the left bracket for the gentleman here, it should be from your screen, from wherever you're looking at the bracket, starting at the Rat King. All right, got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So the first matchup, it is the Rat King from Last of Us Part 2 versus the Big Daddy. Discuss.
That's actually a hard one, kind of.
That's a heavy hitter.
It is a pretty heavy hitter. Is it though? I think.
I'm gonna say all right. I'm the biggest BioShock fan here, I would guess, unless Peter, or actually Ryan, I feel like likes that game a lot too.
I like BioShock a lot, yeah.
Unless
I also
Peter
realize
likes
we have an even number of people, so this is gonna suck if we have to do a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
I'm probably the biggest BioShock fan that I know of, and I'll probably go ahead and say Rat King spookier. And I'll say it's because of this. It's not because Rat King's a big blob of a dude chasing after you in that game in that basement. It's because he has a little helper man who jumps off of it and comes after you. And that is why I made it spooky. It's because he's a big blob man chasing you and trying to blast through everything, but then he's got a little weasel dude coming at you too.
Well, it's funny because you can say that same thing for the Big Daddy, but you got the little girl. You got the little sister over there.
Oh,
Can take out
girl's
the
not. She's not scary.
Yeah, but she's not gonna attack you, is she? Like
she got that big needle gun.
If you die, I guess if you die,
so.
she'll stab a big needle in you.
You can also make the Big Daddy your friend. The Rat King, not so much. You can't really
No.
No, that's fair.
Good point.
So
I'll side with Rat King in this case.
Really,
Even though
really?
I
Big
think
Daddies are pretty. I don't know. Big Daddies are also docile unless you provoke them. Rat King kind of wants to tear you
You
apart.
can say that about Jason. Jason's pretty docile until you start having sex, and then all of a sudden
Good point.
it's like pheromones. He just goes after you.
That's why Jason's never chased after me. I guess.
That's right, because we can't convince you to play Friday the 13th. All right, then I guess for the first in the bracket, I guess it's going to be the Rat King. So
I mean, if everybody else agrees, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to be it. All right, here, let me go ahead and just change
Daddies
that
are
up.
very good, but I don't know. I've
Once
played
you
that.
brought up
I've
that,
played that
if you
game like
just,
six times.
if you just ignore Big Daddies, they don't really attack you at all.
Yeah, I think
That's fair.
splicers are spookier in that game, if I'm being totally honest.
I agree.
There are some very scary set piece moments with the splicers, way more than Big Daddies.
Gotcha. Okay, we're now moving on to the next big matchup, which, of course, is Lisa from PT versus the Xenomorph from Alien Isolation.
This hurts me.
Now, if I may, I
Yes.
wasn't on your last panel discussing scariest games ever, or
Sure.
it was so.
Sure.
If I may weigh in, also, is this explicit? Can I curse?
Yeah.
I said
Okay,
some spooky words, so go for it.
PT scares the shit out of me more than anything else, and not that Xenomorphs aren't scary, and not that Alien Isolation isn't scary, because it is, and they are, but nothing has made me feel more unsafe in my own house than PT and Lisa.
Yeah,
Are we just measuring this on scare factor, or are we measuring this on like?
I
what-
don't
what's-
know, man.
Whatever makes it.
I'm
Whatever.
upset that Big Daddy got killed in the first
argument.
round, but it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, the Xenomorph is more iconic as a movie character than it is a video game character, as much as there are alien video games. But PT, I mean, that she has a fetus in a sink. That's also terrifying.
It's
I'm
so
trying
upsetting.
to think if Lisa here was like behind me and a Xenomorph was behind me, which one would I run away from and which one would I go towards?
You're saying that like she isn't behind you, Mike. Like,
She's always behind
Turn
you.
around.
Yeah, I don't know what's in that dark corner of that room back there.
Oh my god!
Never-
I swear to
never know.
God. If your wife comes out and just terrifyingly kills you, it'd be so great.
My
Text
wife
her.
kills me on camera. That'd be pretty scary. I know.
Why I got evidence.
I think this one I'm probably gonna lean towards Lisa because like as much I love Alien Isolation, I think it's a good game, but like I think also after a while the alien just kind of gets annoying as you play that game because like,
Yeah.
when you go into a locker you hide away from it and then like it goes away and then it just immediately comes back to try and stalk you, like it just like gets annoying after a while.
I'm gonna throw this out there. The Xenomorph, kind of tacky. So they got a spooky alien. Oh, I got a mouth in my mouth and my blood. It's acid, and I got a spear tail. Like
Killing machine.
they work more is like fodder in the like. There's a reason Aliens was the Fallout movie where it's just a bunch of aliens versus a bunch of soldiers shooting at them because they're better like foes for I don't know like the original. I know we're talking about the game specifically here too, but they're great horror characters as well. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
just if you
kind
think
of they. I don't know.
No, I
They're
agree.
good fodder to mow down too. There's a reason there's thousands of them fighting Predator in the Alien versus Predator movie. It's because they're not that strong.
No, for sure. And honestly, Lisa's more scary because she doesn't really kill you. She just sends you back to your room. And then you have to wake up and go through the same hallway over and over and over again. She's way more
I
terrifying.
know I'm safe unless I want it to die, but I know I'm safe with Lisa. Lisa's not going to kill me. She's just going to put me back where I've got. I just have
She'll
to
put you back in your place.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you rather be in the same hallway forever and ever and ever and not being able to escape, or would you rather just get stabbed by a xenomorph
Just
and
a
just
metaphor
end
for
it?
life, Logan. It doesn't matter. Man.
All right, well, I'm gonna use Freddy versus Jason logic. Lisa's a ghost, so the xenomorph's blood can't affect her, so she wins.
That's fair. I mean, this isn't a versus, but
Is it?
It is now. It is now.
Any
I mean,
rules? Any debate strategies are up for grabs here.
That's how Judgment won for Game of the Year.
I'm not
So
gonna. I just wanted to have the argument, but I'm gonna. Yeah, Lisa's gonna.
Yeah, I'll go with Lisa.
all right, the big winner. That matchup's gonna be great. The Rat King versus Lisa. That's awesome. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have Freddy Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's versus the Headcrabs in Half-Life. What is your feelings on Freddy Fazbear? All right, that says a lot.
I think that answers it, doesn't
That
it?
says a lot. That says quite a bit. All right, how about the Headcrabs? Everyone just raise their hand. Whoever wins.
Ravenholm, I don't like it there.
All right, that was fast. All right, left bracket.
It's like the FNAF games are like they're good for what they are, like younger audience horror games.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's like some interesting lore in them, honestly. Like you can get in pretty deep with the lore of the Five Nights at Freddy's games on some YouTube videos. I've watched those for one reason or another. As far as the actual like scare quality of the games, I don't think it's. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Not a lot happens in them that would really make them scary. It's just kind of like, blah, Freddy's in your face now and you're dead. And it's like.
Sure. When I feel like I've had bad dreams about the head crab. Like just the idea of them is terrifying.
Just the design of it is like really. It's just a blob on 4 skinny legs trying to eat your face.
What was up with that time where like they had the head crab and then we also had the little creatures from Halo? Just like, ugh, no, I don't like any of these things.
Blood.
Well, no, specifically the one like the little head, little smally ones. I know they're I thought they were just called the Flood, but I don't know.
The ones that are in the bloaters.
The ones that are in the bloaters. Yeah, those little bastards. All right, moving on, because clearly the head crab has won. We now have, great. We have the Witch from Left 4 Dead versus Chainsaw Man from Resident Evil 4.
Is that his actual name?
Dr. Salvador is his real name.
Yeah, Dr. Salvador.
Chainsaw Man is how.
Is it the same guy throughout the game?
No, there's different
kill
ones.
him?
There's like a family. There's like twin
a
sister chainsaws. There's Dr. Salvador, and then I think there's one other one too.
Wow, I did not know that. That's funny.
Rick's very caught up in his Chainsaw Man lore in Resident Evil.
Well, you know,
I mean, as we said in the last video, we know that he's read all the books.
I own all the books. It's really sad.
I don't know. Like these are both doing like different sorts of things, I think, because they're both in shooters as well, so they're not explicitly.
Yeah, I mean, because like Chainsaw Man's scary because it's like a man with a chainsaw running at you, but like the witch is like genuinely terrifying because like you fuck up trying to get around her, like
I can hear the piano riff of the witch in my ear.
And she's like crying the whole time. It's like it's no good.
Yeah.
No.
The witch doesn't scare me, but it puts like a sense of dread in me.
Yeah,
but so does that revving of the chainsaw though.
Yeah,
like,
they both have that.
Yeah.
Because you hear that chainsaw kind of in the distance before he actually shows up.
I guess you could avoid the witch as long as you are not stupid. And with the chainsaw person, it is an obstacle in your way that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Which would you rather take to dinner?
That's fair.
I would rather take the chainsaw guy to dinner.
Really?
Because he probably has some interesting stories, and
He
the
can
witch
cut the
seems kind
chicken.
of like a bummer.
Yeah, that's true. He probably does have
The
interesting
witch
stories.
seems like it'd be depressing. She'd cry all over the meal.
Yeah. She just looked like
she
the
probably
Joker.
doesn't tip well. I don't know. She's in her underwear. You might get kicked out of the restaurant because of that.
Put some pants on. It's so easy.
Yes.
I don't know. The witch probably, honestly, the scariest thing about the witch is the music to me. More so than the witch itself.
I'm leaning towards the witch, I think.
I think that's where I'm at too. Because the other thing with Chainsaw Man, is if he kills you, like take this to the fullest extent. What can the witch do? Well, she can kill you and she can kill your whole team, and then it's game over. Chainsaw Man kills you, and then you respawn, and it's just like crap. I need to try this again, and I hope I kill him this time. And so the stakes are a little lower with him, whereas the witch is like I don't know. There's a little bit more tension there because she can flat out end whatever run you're actively on during Left 4 Dead. So
yeah, I'm with the witch.
I'm fine with it.
We're with
Personally.
the witch? All right. Yeah. Let's go with the witch. So let me make sure I did this right.
we're gonna do the entire left side bracket before we move in. Move on.
I think
Might as well. Because we're just going to go straight down. And then we'll move on to the other side and maybe we can do back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
next.
we'll do our final 4 first.
I mean, we could do if you want to do it that way, get the final 4 and then move on to the other side.
Yeah, I think we do that. I think we just do these final 4 and then we do the other
Since
side.
Yeah, since we're
already.
working on it. That's fine. Okay. So next one up is going to be Alma Wade from the Fear series versus the Necromorphs from Dead Space.
I think if you put the same kind of like spin on like the xenomorph on it just being like fodder and stuff, because I don't know, after I played a bit of Dead Space like earlier, like it kind of just feels that way, where they're just kind of an obstacle in the way. Like they're not really all that scary after that first encounter.
But there's so many different kinds. Where Alma's a little girl, and
Different kind of xenomorphs.
like, well, no, that's what I'm saying. There's so many different kind of. Well, that's true.
There's
That's
only
true.
one xenomorph in that game, though, right?
Yeah.
There's no queen or anything.
No.
See,
But with necromorphs, they're so diverse. There's like, I mean, if my memory serves, isn't there one that has like a big like big old arm that explodes and the noise they
there's
make?
that one.
It's like upsetting to hear.
Dead Space 2, there's the babies, the ones that
Yeah.
put on you, like
The ones that can like smash their hands down or whatever and it explodes you to a billion pieces.
Yeah.
there's the one that grabs you and vomits in your face, and it's just like
I've also never played Fear.
I've never played Fear either. That was gonna be my I played some of it, but not enough to know why she's a scary little girl.
I've heard she's scary. I don't know.
I've played
Yeah, I mean,
two
they-
Fear games and
Fear.
she's fine.
I played a little bit of the first one, and I've always just kind of associated her as like, oh, this is like the Ring Girl, basically. Is like
Right,
kind of
right.
what she-
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's kind of the source of all the stuff that's going on in those games, right?
Yeah.
very much
think
like Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Necromorphs on this.
Necromorphs. for
I
myself
never
as
played both either game, so it doesn't matter to me. All right, sounds great to me, guys. So Necromorph. Morph. 1 second. Did I not have a thing for that thing? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so moving on. The next big matchup. Oh, this is hilarious. The Rats from A Plague's Tale versus Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2.
Come on.
Does
Come on.
does the rats count the Pope or whatever that guy is that can use them
Yeah.
as magic?
Oh,
Spoilers for the
he does get eaten by them, like at the end.
That's true.
Like,
But he sends out rat tornadoes.
I mean, that's pretty rad.
Oh my lord! Wait, that's the end of. Is that the end?
Sorry for spoiling.
I mean, my bad.
spoilers for the last 10 minutes of that game.
There's rat tornadoes that a pope makes.
It sounds like the ending of an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
That's true.
I gotta finish the video game.
that game like reasonably tries to adhere to like historical accuracy, and then the last like hour of the game, it just throws it out the window.
Yeah.
Like,
They should have led with that. I would have kept.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome. I mean,
it's Pyramid Head though, right?
it's Pyramid Head.
It's like, right, like,
I haven't even played the games. I'm
annoying.
like, yeah, Pyramid
Rats were
Head.
more annoying to me after a certain point than they were like.
They were a puzzle.
Scary.
Like literally, they were.
The scariest thing about them was the animations. I think they did a great job with that.
music. I think the music definitely like, gave
Yeah.
me that like creepy vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they move around and like climb around on all on top of each other is definitely like spooky. But once you get used to that in opening hour, so I didn't really feel that the rest of the game.
Yeah.
All right, Pyramid Head moves on. Next up, we have Nemesis from the Re3 remake, not the original, Re3 remake, versus
forget.
Karnak.
It's the invisible monster from Amnesia. The
Oh,
first one.
okay, all right.
Well, from your guys' discussions of Resident Evil 3 remake, I hear that that Nemesis is a joke.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we're going off the remake version, I don't know. Can we do a can we
I
call
know.
an audible here and make it the OG version?
I mean, the bracket says
because the next round is going to be Mr.X, so I guess it depends if we want to consider like Mr.X from the remake or yeah.
I think the Amnesia Invisible Monster should be in it.
the invisible monster, a monster we cannot see.
More afraid of the visible monster from Amnesia with like the jaw that's just like hanging off. You know what I'm talking about?
Also
Yeah,
very scary. Yes.
Yeah.
I would say Amnesia for sure.
Yeah, I would go. That part of the game is like the most terrifying section of that game. Like,
All right,
I agree.
All
I
right.
like Nemesis, but he's also in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, so I don't know how scary he is.
And also in one of the worst Resident Evil movies. Okay.
The best? You mean the best?
No, he's in the worst one.
Oh, sorry. The best one's the fourth one. You're
Yes,
right.
the best one is the
Did we
first
have
one.
Wesker on this list? Is Wesker on this?
no, I think because I didn't want to put too many Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
He's not really a monster.
He's not really scary. He's cool.
Yeah.
Is
so
he?
cool.
I just played 5.
we could just do a bracket of Resident Evil characters. Like,
Dude, I just real quick story. I played 5, and he can't see you in the dark, and it's just so Stupid Wesker.
Oh, it's because his eyes are sensitive, bro. He's got that T virus pumping through him.
He's got that stigma. Okay, 1 second.
Or whatever the virus is that's in him. I can't remember what it is. I think it's
Coronavirus.
yeah, exactly.
I can't
He's got the
spell.
COVID-19
He's
in
got
him.
the C virus.
Hey, if you want to talk about a Plague Tale 2020.
Hey.
There you go.
All right.
I finished that game.
That's gonna be the final 10 minutes of this year. Is that
It's a rat tornado?
I'm gonna control a bunch of rats as he gets corrupted again.
Pope Francis is gonna come and just send rats over.
Oh God. All right. The last
Wouldn't it
matchup
be
on the
bats,
left.
though?
What was that?
Wouldn't it be bats though? Isn't that what kind of thing?
Yeah, I guess it would have to be, or wherever it came from. Or I guess it would be a lab if you described it.
If you're left-right politics, yes.
It's a tornado of lab technicians.
Jesus. Speaking of lab technicians, we have Mr.X from Resident Evil 2 versus Slender Man, aka Slender.
I mean, I know this is gonna go Mr.X, but Slenderman's pretty scary.
These are both some dapper gentlemen. They both wear some nice clothing.
Is that why they put them jacked up together?
I'm gonna give it to Mr. X though because he has the little hat that he puts on his
You
head.
can shoot off his head.
All right.
Doesn't he come back with it on later too? If you shoot it off his
So yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. I think there's a little Easter egg in Resident Evil 7 too. There's like a little coat rack that has the hat and jacket, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
That's funny.
All right, Mr. X. X is gonna give it to you. I hope he wins this whole bracket. Oh man. Okay, so then we're gonna finish off the left side bracket. We're gonna go ahead and up back at the top, and the bracket is the Rat King versus Lisa from PT.
Lisa.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's. I
think, yeah.
I think I'm afraid of running out of ammo with the Rat King, whereas I'm afraid of Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in general. All right.
I just realized, why don't we have the inside monster?
Which one?
That's cool.
Yeah, is that really
cool.
horror?
It's true. That is really cool.
It's just rad.
Spoilers for inside. You are the monster. Left bracket. All right. Let me just go.
I would say I'd definitely go with Lisa here. I think everything that's spooky, the Rat King section of that game is definitely the spookiest part of that game, but I think it's everything surrounding it that is spookier. It's more like going through the dark, like untouched area of this hospital that no one's been in since the outbreak started, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that is the freaky stuff about that. And you're finding notes of people that are, or you're seeing areas like where people like went insane, and finding notes of people who were there on outbreak day and like trying to piece together what the heck is going on around it. Like that stuff was like more eerie to me than the actual like from a giant clicker that's been growing for 30 years or whatever, and
So
please shoot me in the face if you can find ammo for it. Yeah,
This little buddy. Oh,
his little buddy is. I don't like his little buddy.
no.
His little buddy's tougher than him.
All right. Left bracket. Next up, we have the head crab versus the witch from Left 4 Dead. Which one is more terrifying? Again, I mean, I go back to my things like, what can you avoid? When can you not? And you really can't. Well, you can avoid technically, I guess, the head crabs, but there's still always an omnipresence that are just like can find you. I don't like them. Just don't like.
I feel like I can't speak for everybody. I think I can speak for everybody but Peter, but I feel like I would have a different take on this if I had played Half-Life Alyx, because I feel like that's going to make them a little bit spookier than any of the other games have. But I think I'm leaning Witch here just a little bit. It's really close though. Like this is one of the closer ones I think we've had so far.
I don't think you could kill the witch with a crowbar.
Yeah,
But you hit the head crab one time, and it's kind of done.
yeah.
Yeah.
But man, how fun is it that just start shooting saw blades at them? God.
Well, are we talking the head crab zombies, or are we talking like the head crab themselves?
Well,
The zombies are much scarier than the.
it turns
actual
into the
guy.
zombies, right? So why not both?
Yeah.
That's very true.
I
You
don't know.
can't kill the witch in one hit, but you just can't do it with a crowbar.
I've never played Left 4 Dead.
Never.
Behind the witch, you can
I've never-
blow
All right,
her brains out with
I know
a
what I'm gifting you
shotgun.
on Steam.
So I'm gonna say head crabs for sure.
We're playing that. We're playing that before Halloween.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I own it. I own 2.
oh, okay, cool. Then I don't have to buy anything. Even better. Okay, so all hands. Or how about this? We'll do the hands raised. All hands say the witch. Raise your hands. 2 out of 3, 4. 4 out of 6.
Close. Like, see, Ryan's going head crab because I really think if we had all played Half-Life Alyx, I feel like our teams would be much different.
They are enhanced a little bit, I think, in VR. Like even the little head crabs, like when they jump at your face and you lose your shit. Yeah, I think they are pretty scary. I'm gonna go head crabs. I think.
God, I wish I'd played that.
I'm gonna go head crabs too.
I saw an Oculus Quest at Walmart last night, and I was like, I just gotta buy that link cable too, and I can make this happen.
Let's see. All right. Next up is the Necromorphs from Dead Space versus Pyramid Head. I'm gonna give it to Pyramid Head, man.
I think Pyramid
cool.
Head is lame as hell.
Seriously?
Wow, how dare you?
Yeah, I think the Necromorphs.
It's a big ass sword.
I mean, we talked about this in the last one, but I haven't played
Big
Silent
sword.
Hill 2.
Cool. Have you played Final Fantasy VII? Lame.
No.
Wow. You're
Well, I
like,
think that
so old fashioned.
I think that Pyramid Head has lost a lot of his like scare factor because he's been kind of overused and overplayed in so many things. But I think in Silent Hill too, like because that's when he's introduced, right? Like that is extremely upsetting. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like the Necromorphs are, they're kind of scary, but they don't have the same weight as Pyramid Head. I mean, there's that scene or like that section where you're locked in the room with him and you just have to like figure it out. Like there's nothing in that a Necromorph I think could do that would give that same sort of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just
Yeah,
feel,
he's
yeah.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like his presence alone, just this big opposing figure and this enigma's figure that you don't know what's behind that giant pyramid head, literally, and it could be anything. It's funny because my only experience with him so far is the movie. Because I watched the movie.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
That's it. I mean, that's the only major experience. Oh, and he's in Dead by Daylight as well. You could play him as a playable character. He's spooky as hell in that game as well. But I don't know.
Isn't he in a Soul Calibur game? Am I making that
Is
up?
he in a Soul?
Probably. Who isn't?
That's fair.
That's true.
Oh, it probably. Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is, I just don't have any affinity for. Well, it's funny. I didn't play either of these games. I have more affinity for Pyramid Head only because I find him as like a mascot of the game series.
Yeah.
Necromorphs, I never played any of the Dead Space series. Seriously.
Yeah, I probably lean Pyramid Head, just because. I mean, the way I remember him is he's scary, but he's also slow, so he was easy to dodge around, but still, like his presence was way more terrifying to me than the Necromorphs ever were.
Well, there's 3 Dead Space games too. The Necromorphs are the scariest in the first one, and then I think the second and third one start treating them a little bit more as fodder.
I mean, even Dead Space 3, they're just kind of like
even at the end of the first Dead Space game, it just gets Dead Space gets a little too out there for me sometimes, even though I like it a lot. The end of the first game is kind of wild too. It's hard for me because, like I said, I haven't played Silent Hill, but I also understand like. Everybody knows who Pyramid Head is and stuff like that. So I'm totally fine with that, man.
Yes.
All right. Left bracket progresses with Pyramid Head advancing. So let me put Pyramid right up here.
I always just imagine, because you said, you never know what's under the mask or whatever.
Yeah.
I just imagine it's just like a baby head.
There's tons of fan art. Tons of fan art.
I just picture like Walter Goggins. I don't know why.
But not like a big baby head, like the size of a baby, like baby head, like tiny baby head on a giant body.
Speaking of a baby head on a giant's body, Mr.X versus Amnesia, the Dark Descent person. I can't say the name. Karnk. What do you think about this? I mean, I don't have any affinity for the invisible monster, but to be honest,
I think Mr.X is cooler. Well, I think the Amnesia monster is scarier.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Mr.X goes out like a bitch if you play as Carol. Play as Claire.
Carol Redfield.
Carol Redfield. When you play her side of the story, he just kind of goes out like a bitch.
Yeah, I think I'm going to probably go with Mr. X, but I do think that the Amnesia monster definitely is like one of the scariest on the list.
Yeah.
I think the sound design with Mr. X is like impeccable and like makes and it's, like the coolest thing of like it's one of the coolest things of any game over the past 5 years. Or so.
Yeah, when you just hear him like stomping around when
Stomping
you're
around.
You're him in every section of that police station, even though like he is around and you have an idea of what part of the building he is in, even when he's not around you. And I think that's what is stressful about that. And what's stressful and what's great about that is that like he doesn't just show up and then he dips out. Like he's in like that whole this Leon section of the campaign for sure. He's in like that whole game. But with that police station section, it is like probably a good 90 minutes to 2 hours that he's stomping around like that. Especially if you're trying to kind of play safe and move around and avoid him and are getting scared and holding up in the save rooms and stuff like that. Like his presence in that game changes the whole tone of it very quickly. Like it goes from,
not to mention he is constantly moving. Like I watched the boundary break video and literally like they pulled back on the camera and you just see him just trolling around like it's the coolest thing ever. So I might have, as much as I called him a bitch, I'm gonna give him I call him Mr. X.
I'll go Mr. X.
All right.
Yeah, I would also go Mr. X.
Oh, this matchup next is gonna be dope. I can't wait for this next matchup. Okay, well first we gotta go with moving on to this isn't even the semifinals yet. Lisa versus the head crab.
Lisa.
what one? I thought the witch one.
No, the head crab one, I thought.
What did we choose?
No, the witch one.
Oh, the witch one?
I thought it was 4-2 with the.
I thought it was the head crab.
No.
All right,
Did you vote for the head crab?
I voted for the head crab.
Or Mario, what did you vote
I voted for the head
voted
crab.
I voted
Oh, you
for
did?
it.
I thought you voted for the witch.
No, I voted for the head crab.
Oh, you raised your hand. Well, I guess we gotta figure this out. How real could you get?
I mean, I'll go with the witch.
I mean, can I say
I
this?
could go
I think-
witch if we just need to make this move.
Yeah, you know what?
I think,
Lisa versus witch.
I think that Lisa's scarier than both the head crab and
like,
the
I-
witch.
I don't
I would
know.
love to.
All right, I'm gonna give it to the witch as if we did pick that, and then I'm giving it to Lisa.
What if it was a head crab on the witch?
Oh no!
Sorry, what was the head crab on Lisa? It was like
Yeah, I think Lisa would like. She's gonna be who I'd vote for. So
yeah.
All right, cool. So Lisa versus
she
the
went
witch. It's gonna be. Oh, I keep messing that up. All right, it's gonna be Lisa. So I'm gonna move Lisa up. All right, the match that I'm interested in is Pyramid Head versus Mr. X.
Oh
man,
That's cool. That's really cool.
I have a question for you all. About Mr. X. So I just for the first time played the Re3 remake, and I don't think I'm afraid of Mr. X. I think I'm afraid of being chased by Mr. X. I think that's an important distinction. He's just a guy, and he wears a hat, and I wear hats. And
I don't know. I mean, like any murderer thing is just a guy, right? Like,
yeah, but if I had to compare any murderer guy to Pyramid Head, I think that they're different. Do you know what I mean? I'm afraid of Pyramid Head. I'm afraid of being chased by.
I mean, isn't
Mr.
Pyramid
X.
Head kind of wearing a hat too?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. You can't shoot the pyramid off. That's what I'm saying.
also, his head, Pyramid Head's actual head, might just be a baby head, as we discussed.
I guess that's true. I didn't consider that in my.
Well, I'm considering that Pyramid's head is actually Crash Bandicoot because Crash Bandicoot's head is like triangular shaped, so it's like.
I think Pyramid Head only wears pants as well. In the same way that Crash Bandicoot does.
Pants do
You might
make
be
the
onto
killer.
something, guys.
Crash Bandicoot is the most horrifying character. We forgot to put. Even though I'm backing Mr. X in this scenario, especially since again I haven't played Silent Hill, I will say the least intimidating thing about Mr. X is that if you just stand still and let him get a hold of you, he doesn't really do anything. He just finally gets up in your face and does a really weird like Hulk punch you right in the gives you a nice right hook across the jaw. And then that's about it. He just punches you really hard.
Yeah, and if I have to go with like the movie logic, Pyramid Head will take you and like rip your skin off. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Mr. X is really intimidating, but I can see the Pyramid Head for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm having trouble like separating the game from the character because I think Mr. X as like a game mechanic is way cooler than Pyramid Head.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's scarier than Pyramid Head because I think I agree like there's that one part of Silent Hill 2 where you're like trapped in a room with Pyramid Head for like 3 minutes, and you have to survive by like running around him. And if he hits you once, you're dead.
Yikes.
And I think I think my vote is going to be Pyramid Head, but I could be swayed.
I think I'm going Pyramid Head as well, even though like I said, I don't have affinity for the games, but I still find the idea of this person terrifying.
It's like I thought Mr.X was going to win this whole thing coming into it, but then I'm thinking like, is that because Resident Evil 2 Remake is so good? Or is it because he's scary? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
I feel like Mr. X is kind of just like the Terminator, you know?
Yeah.
True. Is the Terminator on this list? No, I'm just kidding.
Terminator from the Tom Clancy game.
Yeah. Or Mortal Kombat.
It's Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's the Terminator.
That's right. All right. I think we're in agreement then. I think it's going to be what, Pyramid Head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Pyramid Head moves up the ranking. Yeah. So the semifinals is going to be Lisa versus Pyramid Head. Do you want to do the semifinals, or do you want to move on to the other side?
We can go on to the other bracket, I think.
Yeah, let's do the other bracket.
All right, moving on to the other side of the bracket, which let me make sure I have. Okay, cool. I do have stuff. All right, starting at the very, very. Sorry, I'm just reading these things for the first time, and these are great. All right, the very first bracket on the right side, we have the Windigo. I almost said Windigo Girls, which is the Indigo Girls, versus the Imposter from Among Us. Now, I do want to say I did play a new game type in Among Us last night, and it was really fun. What
was the game type?
The game type is you don't report bodies, you don't do missions. You don't do any. Emergency meetings. You just do your tasks, and the killer's view is like this big, and he has a 10-second cooldown, so you have to complete all the tasks, and while this guy's running for you.
Right. Okay.
And it's terrifying.
Wendigo.
I'm kind of Wendigo. Yeah.
All right.
I don't think Until Dawn's that good. There's my I didn't bring in our last video that we did.
That's fine.
I think the good thing that Among Us does, it's not it's not a horror game, but it makes you suspicious and worrisome of every single person around you, even if they're all totally fine. I mean, somebody's not, but
I think that's less about the character and more about like the game design, like you guys were saying with Mr. X.
Yeah.
You know, you're not really afraid of the imposter. It's literally a Flash game cartoon. Like that's what it looks like.
But they stab you in the eye or whatever, like we've got on the picture here. It's not like a frightening game moment. It's more like an dang it like type thing.
Yeah.
But still, like you do have like a sense of anxiety and stress as you play that game. But yeah, that's probably more on the game design itself, and that's why people like that game than it is.
All right, then I think the Windigo will be progressing. I just like the Windigo because of that X-Men game where Windigo comes out. It's like Windigo, just over and over and over again.
Wolverine goes to Canada to fight that man, I think.
Yeah.
That's right.
And wait, isn't that
he fights the Hulk?
Hulk is fighting Wendigo, and then Wolverine shows up.
Yeah.
Is like,
That's right.
What's up? I'm here to hunt this Wendigo too. Wolverine first appearance, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Speaking of
Hulk,
Yes, in the Hulk comic.
Speaking of their first appearance on this bracket, we have the neighbor from Hello Neighbor versus the ghosts from Phasmophobia. I ain't not gonna lie to you. I don't have affinity for either of them so far, but I love the idea of just this stupid mustache man making this bracket. I don't know.
Well, there's two of them on it. There's Waluigi later on, so too much to pick from.
That's right. That's right. Oh my god, if the bracket ends up being like Pyramid Head versus Waluigi.
It's gotta be Waluigi versus this neighbor man for the semifinals.
Yeah, there you go.
We gotta make it happen.
I've not played either of these games.
No.
Neither have I.
No.
I want to play Phasmophobia. I would say from seeing gameplay of both, I would say Phasmophobia is probably actually scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because Hello Neighbor, it's like I haven't played either of them yet either. I want to play Phasmophobia, but like the neighbor's probably like a Mr.X kind of thing where he just kind of like relentlessly pursues you.
Also,
But he has a mustache.
Like my real neighbors.
He does.
There's nothing actually that scary about him. Even. He's
Yeah.
a cartoon drawing.
Sweater vest. I mean, like,
That is terrifying. It's like the principal
I'd say the
Ferris
ghost.
Bueller.
The only thing
Yeah.
terrifying is his fashion sense. Am I right, guys?
There you go.
Yeah, good one.
I already filled in the ghosts. I just like, all right, the ghost is gonna take this. Okay, moving on. This is we have Laura from The Evil Within versus the Origami Killer from Heavy Rain.
Mario, excuse you, it's the Origami Killer.
Origami
And
Killer.
I think that's an important distinction.
Okay, Origami Killer. Discuss.
The Origami Killer, he puts an iPad on a table and then makes you chop off your finger in front of the iPad.
And then he makes you crawl through a tunnel of glass too.
That's true.
And then he also has deep-seated issues because his brother drowned when he was like 5 or something.
Jeez.
The
Yeah, but
narrative
I
stylings
played
of
the-
David Cage, ladies and gentlemen.
I played The Evil Within. I liked The Evil Within, and I don't know who Laura is.
That's my problem too.
She's the scary ring lady. She like crawls
With the
out of
hair?
floor with the hair and
Okay.
the hands. Yeah.
I mean,
That's probably scarier than just some guy.
I'm ready to split the difference and just put David Cage as the person that we're most scared of.
He would win the bracket.
All right, let's do this then because neither of these are scary. Should we have the game made by Shinji Mikami advance or the game made by David Cage?
All right.
I know where I'm gonna lie on that one.
Say less. Okay, let's get that set up.
All right, so Laura wins. Thank you.
Laura
Mr.
wins, which is also the name of my mother. Okay.
Laura wins.
No relentions. Laura Palmer. Okay. Next up, Clickers from The Last of Us, the first one, versus Adam the Clown, Dead Rising. What the hell happened on this right side of the bracket?
Well, okay. Listen, Adam the Clown is this demented clown that juggles chainsaws, so
It's pretty cool.
he should win.
You know, I was actually going to go Clickers, but then Ricky just spoke. And he's right.
Dead Rising, it turns out the scariest part isn't the zombies, it was the humans all along. So,
Oh, boy.
Adam the
Wow.
Clown.
Yeah, maybe we're the monsters. Wow, that's what we found.
Holy shit. Are you serious right now? You guys are all taking these stupid pills. I'm going to say, help me, that
I
there's
don't think
Clickers.
the clickers are that scary. It's just like, the fungus grew on me or something. I don't know. Yeah, Adam the
Look,
Clown.
all you have to do to kill the Clickers is just a shotgun. You probably have to shoot Adam the Clown like a few times.
He's legit really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
him and
my
the
God.
tiger that are the hardest ones, I think, if I remember
You got to
right.
make sure that you go to the gun store owner and kill him first so you can get his guns, and then you go fight Adam the Clown. Adam the
But you
Clown. Isn't Adam the Clown around the roller coaster in the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I remember this. It's been 14 years since I played that game.
All right, apparently Adam the Clown is the winner. I can't believe I'm writing this down. All right,
Very
putting that.
good.
I can't
The
wait.
Rat King won on the second. On the first side.
all
So
right,
we'll give it to the last one.
Fair enough. Okay.
Clickers, I will say, Clickers, the scariest thing about them is not the clicking; it's how they move. They just like
Yeah.
like that kind of freaks me out. But come on, he juggles chainsaws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a clown. Also, clowns are scary.
All right, here we go. The twins from Outlast versus Pigsy from Manhunt.
You can see the penises of the twins.
Yeah.
And that's kind
They,
of
they stand there naked with their wieners dangling, talking about how they're going to eat you.
Can you say Pig's
And-
penis too?
Yes, you can also.
you can see his, isn't it?
Wow,
Battle
what
of the
man? We got a dong battle.
But Pigsy's is
man.
more pixelated because it's older. So
It's more
the
defined.
penises
I know
are
what you're
less
talking
high
about.
definition.
Oh man, that just means it's
Yeah,
more defined.
I need my wieners to be as high fidelity as possible for me to fight them.
And just bathed in green like light from the freaking night vision camera.
What have we done? Okay, right
I
bracket.
will say, yeah, Adam and these two are my submissions, so I apologize to everyone.
No, the twins are like legitimately scary though. I mean, I haven't played Manhunt either. This is another one on the list I haven't played. But about the time when I bounced from Outlast was when some naked wiener boys started chasing me.
Oh god.
So yeah.
And they're also again on the twins, they're completely silent while they're chasing you, which makes them a little scarier because everything else you can hear while they're coming after you.
Oh boy.
Except for their wieners flapping in the wind, you can hear that.
Just sort of like a.
You can't.
Anyway.
Dualshockers when the wieners are flapping in the wind.
Staff is all dudes. It's not all dudes, but that's why these are the only participants on the panel.
So they don't want to be here. Okay. Next up. The dogs from Resident
Wait, so did the twins win?
The twins won. Yeah, the twins won. The twins won. Just the dogs from Resident Evil versus Redeads. Redeads, my bad. From
John
Zelda.
Marston.
I'm gonna give it to the Redeads because I remember them
agree.
terrifying me. Yeah, they're very, very spooky.
God,
Yeah, actually, it was funny because
Really
I think Chris brought up that suggestion, and I was like, oh yeah, the Redeads are like really terrifying.
Yeah.
I can hear the sound effect in my that is etched in my brain until the day I die.
Yeah.
And I think because of that says a lot because that sound goes off and you can freeze in place or whatever if you're looking at them.
Yeah.
What else freaky about them too is every other enemy in Ocarina of Time, and are they in Majora's Mask too?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're in there.
I don't know if this is true about that one then, but I know this is true about Ocarina of Time. Every other enemy disappears when they die. The Redeads just slump to the floor, and they're just laying there. That's upsetting to my kid brain.
Yeah, I feel like the dogs, obviously, when they jump through the window is horrifying and maybe play shit. But I think after that they kind of lose their scare factor.
The other time the dogs are scary is when you try to leave out the front door. If you had that jump scare, that is the only other time that they are absolutely terrifying. But that's that's it.
I think the other thing about the Redeads that I'm not a big fan of is that the way that they do damage to you is they jump on you and just start strangling you with their whole body. They wrap their legs around you and just it's it's a very just strange interaction in that game. Nobody else really does that. It's just kind of I don't know. I guess the one big worm thing kind of swallows you, and that's probably the closest equivalency. But yeah, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, definitely Redeads, I think, for me.
Yeah, I think yeah. Shout out to dogs in Resident Evil Afterlife, where they fight Alice at the end of the movie. Really good.
That is probably one of the greatest sequencing.
It's one of the greatest sequences
in films.
1,000%. 1,000%. Okay, so we're gonna give this to the Redeads. I know I said Redeads. I'm a bad fan. The Redeads. All right, next up, we have. You're gonna have to help me with this one again. The Minx.
Mimics?
Sorry, the wording just looks like
the I and the K kind of go together.
Yeah, the Mimics. The Mimics versus Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th. Oh, hey, he did make the list. Awesome.
I think Friday the 13th is a jank game and kind of hurts the scare factor of Jason Voorhees.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You got to hurt Mario.
I know you
wrong.
love the game Mario, and I know there's a fan base for it that loves it.
That they're not doing any content for ever again.
Also, Jason ain't that scary. Even in the realm of film.
No.
Hey,
I think it's just hard having Mr.X and Nemesis. There's a lot of those big lumbering kind of, and Jason's just kind of like them. The Mimics, I think the interesting angle is that the fact that they can just take the form of anything, and so you have to be on the lookout for them.
No, I can agree. I can agree with that. I played the little that I have played of Predator, or not Predator. I'm sorry, Prey.
Should have the Predator on here.
Predator should be on here.
Predator should be on here.
That game's incredible. Game of the year.
We gotta play that again too. They have a new mode. There's a unlimited respawn mode. You get a friend. You get a friendly Predator if you win the area. It's so good. Anyways, I can see the Mimics taking this one. Okay, moving on to the final bracket in this section, we got Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine versus Waluigi from the Super Mario series. Great idea. Who who is Bendy? I don't know who that is.
It's from Bendy and the Ink Machine. You just said it.
Is
What
that
is-
another like? Oh, go ahead.
It's like a on the same tier of like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
Yeah, that was what I was
It's
going
a
to
hot.
ask.
It's a hot.
Isn't that a Rooster Teeth game?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, interesting.
The answer is Waluigi. Let's
I mean,
stop
Waluigi
beating around the
wins,
bush.
right? Like, come on. Like, why are we talking about it?
Horrifying villain. Bendy looks like a 1940s cartoon character. I don't know, something dumb like that. You know who else isn't scary? Cuphead. Cuphead's not scary. Yeah, it's Waluigi. He's got a pencil mustache. He looks like a pedophile. He looked like you'd find it behind a tree in the local park in your neighborhood.
The scariest thing about Waluigi is that he's not standalone in Smash. Like, you can't play him in Smash.
That's true. That's also
He's what, like, not what the trophies, but he's not. You can't play him.
Yeah.
He's an assist trophy, but he'll get his day one day. He'll
Hopefully.
he'll get
there's
an
only
upgrade.
4 slots left, or 5 or 4, or something like that. Running out of time.
Wow.
Well,
Wow. I've seen so many WAP TikToks with him too. It's just so bad. All right, fine. I really think you guys set this up so that way he would just get near the semifinals, but it is what it is.
Look at the nose,
Near?
Mario. Look at the nose.
Oh no, the nose. All right, let me go ahead and put him on that bracket. All right, going back to the very top, we will be fighting against the Windigo from Until Dawn versus the Ghosts from Phasmophobia. Again, I didn't play Phasmophobia yet, but I still love the Windigo. I think the Windigo is a cool character, a cool, creepy character in Until Dawn.
I agree.
I just need one more.
I mean, the Wendigo's going to win because none of us have played Phasmophobia enough. So
Yeah,
we
I
can
like-
just advance it, I guess.
I like Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with it, yeah.
It's one of my
Sweet.
favorite
it's
PS4 games.
it's just equal parts. Yeah.
Some would say it's a Dualshocker definitive.
I would say that.
I actually don't think it is, but
I think it's in like the bottom like 10 to 20 of that list.
Oh man.
Not high enough.
Oh,
That
boy.
list is bad.
High enough for me.
All right. Right bracket. Here we go. Okay. We have Laura versus Adam the Clown.
We don't know who Laura is, but we know who
This-
Adam the Clown is.
This bracket.
so-
That's true. That's true. That's legit.
our side of the bracket, you can tell, was the part where we're like, guys, come up with more characters. Anybody got any ideas?
All right. I guess Adam the Clown progresses. Next
Sorry,
up.
Shinji Mikami. At least it's at least Capcom one. Your old company. You can give them a shout for that.
All right. We got the twins from Outlast versus the Redeads. Now, I swear
Now,
to God, if you
the real question here is how big are the penises on the Redeads?
Jesus.
That's a good point. I mean, you can burn their
Jesus.
clothes off if you have a fire spell and they're wearing.
we can look up some Rule 34 of a read.
Yeah. According to my fan fiction,
The eyes exploded out of my head when you said that.
I'm not going to use my computer. I'll use my phone real quick.
just hold it up for us. So we
Your
can see.
ISP is just going to
Hold it
know.
up. I think we'll get demonetized, or our channel just might outright get deleted. One or the other.
I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to look it up. You guys can continue.
Jokes aside, this one actually is kind of hard.
Mario, just be prepared to turn off Mike's camera like in a couple
Will do.
seconds.
Will
Like
do.
it's
Okay.
like
I'm just going to yeet
Put
them
that
right out
picture
of the
of
bracket.
Patrick Swayze already.
Yes.
I do have a serious argument for the Redead.
Okay.
The Redead, I think, is so terrifying because you're not really expecting it. Like in Outlast, like it's a game full of horrific events, whereas like in Legend of Zelda, they're at the bottom of the well and then like the graves and stuff, and so you're just like a little kid who doesn't know what's going on. Did you find it?
Oh my god.
All right. I'm going to need you to text that to me.
All right, hold on.
For research.
Text it to you.
For research. Yeah, just throw it up in the Dualshockers group chat, general chat.
Just
hold on.
no context. No context.
Mario, I'm sending it to you.
We might actually have to install an HR person if somebody does it. So please don't.
All right, Mario. Picture is sent.
All right. I'm waiting for it. Anyways,
I do agree. Yeah, okay. Outlast isn't entirely a horror game, so it stands to reason that there's going to be spooky stuff in it. But the Redeads do kind of catch you off guard because it's like, oh, I'm fighting in a forest temple and I'm riding my horse, and then oh man, I'm an 8-year-old kid and there's some zombies and they make the noise or whatever the heck it is. I can't replicate that noise. It's a mystical sound that only the N64 can emulate. but yeah. I don't know. I'm really torn on this one because I do, again, like I said, at last I actively played up until the twins showed up and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So in Ocarina of Time, I beat multiple times. So I don't know.
All right. I think we got to break it down to just a straight up vote then. How many? Good. What?
Somebody needs to present another argument because I don't. Or does anybody even have any? Because I don't even know where to vote right now, personally.
I mean, I think if you said that you played through Ocarina of Time and like they didn't stop you from playing, but these naked twins did.
Yeah, like the Redeads, I would say they also scared me as a kid, but like now they really wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like I played Ocarina of Time in 1999. I was 5 years old, so.
I still think that the concept of them is still pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you.
I definitely don't want somebody
just this dude's face right here on the bracket. Like he's just he doesn't have any eyeballs.
Yeah.
If I may say this, I think that personally the Redead left, and again, this could be just because I was a kid when I first experienced them, but the Redeads have left a much bigger impression on me than these guys from Outlast. Because I would also say, like, from Outlast, who's the big guy who you meet at the beginning? Who's like, do you know what I'm talking about?
The big monster man.
Yeah.
Into the floor or whatever.
Yeah. Like I feel like the twins, I mean, apart from their, like, all jokes aside, from their just like their nakedness, like I think that's extremely memorable. But like, I would say that for different reasons than for the Redeads.
Yeah, I will say, like, I don't know if the twins are even the scariest, like, villain in Outlast, because there's not only the big guy, but there's the doctor.
The doctor, yeah.
Who's chasing you.
The doctor who's also naked.
Well, I mean,
you do
come
get
on, Ryan.
blood right there.
There's not that many other people in the hospital. Everybody's got their own thing.
There's the groom who's like trying to turn you into his perfect bride, which is that one or two? I can't remember. But anyways, like there's multiple people who are as scary, if not scarier, than the twins. Whereas there's nothing else in Zelda, so I could see the argument for the Redeads, even though I'd probably lean the twins, just because.
All right, let's just do the vote.
I think I've been swung over to Peter's side with the Redeads though, because what him saying about like it having a longer standing effect on me, I will say I think about them and I get kind of creeped out.
Yeah,
but that's because I was introduced to them at such a young age that it had a foundational like effect on me.
And like in the fact you'll never actually meet them in real life, but if I could come into your house with no pants on and then boom, I could reenact the twins for you.
True, and that would be just as frightening in many ways.
If I may put a pin in my argument, I think if you took someone who had never played Ocarina of Time before and had them play through the whole thing, I think probably the most shocking thing would be the Redeads, or the white and like bloody monster that's at the bottom of the well,
or that Sheik's not a boy.
Correct. But I'm talking about you know what I mean, right?
Like nose every time you see him.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so we got the Redeads.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I got it at this point.
All right, the Redeads are. Oh my god, the next bracket after that, it's gonna be nuts. Okay, and the last section on this section is the Mimics versus Waluigi.
I mean,
Mimics just turn into like lame stuff. It's like, oh, I'm a coffee cup now. I'm a briefcase now. I'm a pin on a desk or something. I've seen images of
Waluigi
Waluigi
and then just scurries off.
Yeah,
doesn't really do anything.
It's just like, oh man, I'm here. You found me. To see you later, or I'll try to slap you or something. And it's more like that's also a game where by the end of it, you got like psychic powers, and you're like, be gone, and you like can psychic blast a mimic into oblivion. Waluigi is creepier because I've seen fan art of Waluigi and Wario kissing, and it's kind of scarred me for life. So.
All right, well, you sold me.
To your point, I know what a mimic is going to do. I have no idea what Waluigi's about to do next. Like, the mimic's going to turn into a coffee mug and then dart away. What's Waluigi going to do? Is he going to be playing tennis? Is he in Mario Kart? I don't know, and I'm afraid every time I see him.
I feel like Waluigi's like that creepy uncle that you stay away from at birthday parties.
Yes,
exactly.
I think it's gonna come down to Mike. Can you look up Rule 34 for mimics and Waluigi?
By the way, I do want to do an update. I never actually got that text message, so you might have sent it to the wrong Mario.
No, I sent it on Discord.
Oh snap! Okay, I was just making sure.
I would honestly vote for Waluigi.
Oh god, here it is. Oh my god. Oh no.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think
the Redeads are terrifying.
Redead won.
I'm gonna save that to my phone. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, save it to my phone
for research, right?
No,
I'm gonna make this my wallpaper. Give me 1 sec.
No. I'm gonna post this no context needed into the Metal Citizens chat. You know, 1 second.
Wow. Oh no.
There you go. There you go, Logan. You can take a look at that if you want.
Oh no. Don't put it up. You're gonna make Max upset. Yeah, this Waluigi Rule 34 is also pretty wild too.
Wow.
All right. Mimics suck. Waluigi advances. Yeah. Waluigi for the elite.
All right. Waluigi it is. So Waluigi moves up. Okay. Now we're moving on. We're gonna go back to the top. The Windigo versus Adam the Clown. This sucks. And I know exactly how this is going to end, and I'm not okay with it.
I'm just going to say, I'm more scared of clowns than I am of
Canadian.
Yeah, that's something that the Wolverine fought, you know?
Adam the Clown has like a strong advantage to be the only clown representative on this list, so.
Also,
he's like, what have I done?
A little bit.
I don't know, man. If Adam the Clown and the Wendigos fought, who'd win?
There's a lot of Wendigos.
Is it all Windigo, or is it like just? Is it all of them, or is it just one?
A bunch of
I don't
Wendigos.
know. I think he can wipe them all out. He's juggling chainsaws.
Obviously, a multi-talented man. So
he can make you laugh, and he can juggle. I mean, okay, as much as I'm doing it for the memes, like, okay, Windigo should probably win. I will say, we've been pretty jokey about Adam the Clown. That first game is pretty creepy in a lot of respects, and the psychos that you come across in Dead Rising are legitimately, they're not like terrifying, but they are weird and unsettling, and Adam the Clown is definitely one of those that I definitely remember coming across in that game. I think him getting this far in the bracket is not unfounded necessarily. Yeah. But that said, I know I don't really like Until Dawn, but I also don't feel like I continue backing this joke chainsaw juggling man.
We all know it's just a setup, so that way we get Frank the Clown versus Waluigi, and I don't like it because it's clearly a disadvantage to whatever on the other side of the bracket. I'm gonna say this in actual defense of Until Dawn, and then you can go from here. Until Dawn, once you get to the Wendigos and you discover what the real threat is and how dangerous they are and how active and fast they are and how you actively have to keep moving to get away from these things, the Wendigos are freaking terrifying. And not only that, they're also your friends. They're your friends in the game, which also adds an extra layer of terror. The fact that at any moment, if you screw up one action, you are done for.
That's what is not frightening to me about it. It's more just like, oh, as long as I'm good at QTEs, then we win. And that's about it.
But I mean, the lore behind the Windigo, if I may, spoilers for Until Dawn, go play it. It's 5 years old. To become a Windigo, you have to like cannibalize another person. And that to me is upsetting. And I think that itself is scary. And like just the idea of eating another human is like weird and gross and horrible to me personally. But then on top of that, it's like, are you looking at Waluigi?
No, someone wrote, what the fuck did I just see?
Why are you sharing this Redead thing with people that you know?
Why are you just posting something?
Well, Peter, I just want to say that you're also making the assumption that Adam the Clown has not, in fact, eaten someone in 10 years.
Great point.
I guess that's very true. I would say that's very true.
It's definitely eaten some people.
We need some lore on this clown.
Go to the Dead Rising Wiki.
Frank the Clown 34, whatever the fuck.
I'm not looking up. No more.
You can imagine what he juggles.
All right, hold on. I got the lowdown for you. Adam the Clown is a psychopath appearing in Dead Rising. He was a clown performer at the Space Rider roller coaster in Wonderland Plaza. during the zombie outbreak. Oh, during Dead Rising 2, he even has a brother named Evan McIntyre, who is also a clown, though since the events of the game are non-canon, it is unknown if Evan actually exists.
Ooh, what? It's a figment of our imagination.
That is terrifying.
Read the part about when he dies.
Okay. Once a clown performing in the Willamette Parkview Mall, Adam went insane when the zombies devoured his audience. When Frank arrived to investigate the malfunctioning Space Rider roller coaster, Adam confronted him with 2 chainsaws and prevented him from shutting the ride down, as the noise it made kept the zombies at bay. This is just a man who doesn't want to be bothered by zombies. That's not even scary. That's sympathetic.
That's true. Okay.
Keep reading.
Maybe the Windigo wins.
Yeah, we're good. Ricky, take it over.
After he was defeated, he laughed maniacally as he fell over into his 2 chainsaws. He died convulsing in laughter as the chainsaws ripped his stomach apart.
Wow.
What a guy.
We learned a lot today.
What a guy.
All right.
Okay, the Windigos can advance now.
Windigo should go.
Okay, we got the Windigos.
F in the chat for Adam the Clown.
All right. Fucking all right. Redeads versus Waluigi.
Ooh, man.
God damn.
I would just want to say, like, the Redeads no longer have the advantage of being the only thing that can, like, jump on you and, like, wrap its legs around you. Like, Waluigi could do the exact same thing if he wanted.
He's a lanky gentleman. He's very lanky.
He could definitely do that. So, but is he going to? I don't know. We don't know anything that goes through his head. I mean, the Redeads should probably.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
the Waluigi has to die.
I'm all Waluigi. Let's do this. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, thank God. You guys came to reason. You guys thought about it. You rationalized it out. Okay.
We're professionals, Mario. First and foremost.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now we have reached the semifinals. We shall go back to the left bracket and figure it out between Lisa from PT versus Pyramid Head.
Oh, this is gonna be
Oh,
tough.
That's the same.
It's the same
franchise.
franchise.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of.
Well, yeah.
Konami refuses to act like PT even exists, so. That is a good point. I didn't even think
I've
about
played PT and I've not played Silent Hill 2. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm in the same boat.
This is my conundrum.
I think there's enough diluting the horror levels of Pyramid Head with his appearances in other games he's not related, like
He's in
not related
Bomberman.
to his initial appearance, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about like not bringing film into it, but he's definitely not
I mean, once
well
you
represented in
He's
that
become,
movie.
he's become bastardized over the
once
years.
you end up in
Yeah.
Bomberman, I mean, you lose all your scare factor.
Yes.
So I would say personally, I would say Lisa, but
I'd
that
still say
is
Lisa.
Yeah.
I think the story and the terrible story that the little story that you get in the PT demo is enough to carry it on. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna give it to Lisa as well.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna at least go with
Yeah,
it.
they've definitely, Konami has definitely been like, and especially in recent years since they don't make Silent Hill games anymore, or I guess they were trying to with PT.
Yeah.
The way they continue to keep it alive is they're just like, oh, y'all like Pyramid Head? Well, now he's in this gotcha game on phones in Japan. Have fun with it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Let me say this, if I may. There's Pyramid Head soup, not soup. I think it's ramen at a shop in Japan, and there's no Lisa's. There's no Lisa ramen, and I think that says something.
There is definitely a pachinko machine with that man's face on it.
Yeah.
So,
All right. We're gonna go ahead, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move up Lisa to the finals. Let's see here. Just messed up my bracket all of a sudden. There we go. Nope, stop it. There we go. All right. It's Lisa on the left bracket. On the right bracket, we have the Windigo versus the Redeads. Discuss. Personally, I think it's the Redeads.
I've been anti-Windigo from the get-go, so yeah, I'm Redead in this case.
Yeah.
I would say Redead.
I'm gonna go Redead.
Yeah,
That's 4.
that's 4.
But
you
you,
can-
I'll go Redead. I'll go Redead.
Yeah,
Well, I would go Windigo, but you all can do whatever you want.
I just think that the
But
design.
okay, wait, why Wendigo?
Fair enough.
Oh, I just like the way they move. If you watch the what is it called? The collectible stuff. I don't know what they call it. There's a name for it,
yeah,
but there's scenes from like the past where it shows like the old miners turning into them, and the way their movement's so jarring and fast that it's really like it was always really unsettling to me. So it's just like the monster design of them. It's not necessarily like that they're some big time scary thing. It's just I think I really like the design of how they move.
No, I could agree with that
Pretty
too.
cool, but yeah, and like I'm older than y'all, and when I first saw the Redeads, I wasn't scared by them at all. So it was never a thing for me. So you know.
I just think the reason I'm more scared of some of the other things in Until Dawn, honestly, like the dude in the clown mask and stuff. Like I think that stuff's a little bit freakier than the actual Wendigos.
Yeah.
Plus, Until Dawn has Hayden Panettiere in it, and she makes me feel all happy and warm and fuzzy inside. So I can't be scared of Wendigos when she's around.
Oh man, it's so funny. I watched her in Scream 4, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you're in this. You're so great. I miss you. Come back."
I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you.
I miss heroes.
I miss you. Say the cheerleaders.
cheerleaders, save the
Save this
world.
bracket. All right. Okay, so Redeads, right? All right, so I'm moving them over to the finals. I'm actually gonna copy that. Left. Put it in here. Paste.
I think this is an easy winner.
Yeah.
But I want to think about it like real hard. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to be. It is, but I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
Like I want to think of the arguments for Redeads.
I was expecting us to debate Lisa versus Waluigi.
Komodo versus Kojima.
I'm so glad you guys came to your senses. I mean, I will say, I still like. I think the Redeads, the Redeads, have had a lasting memory. You know, from memory from when I first played it on the N64, all the way up to even when I was playing it on the 3DS not that long ago. I still remember how terrifying they were, and their music, not the music, but the way they sound and the way they move, and just like how Peter described, of like they're one of the only monsters that just doesn't disappear like old games do. They just stay there. And I do find that pretty unsettling.
Yeah, I talked earlier about how I can have the sound of them screeching in my head, but I can also hear the sound of them hitting the floor in my head. But that's I've also played Ocarina of Time a lot, so that's probably why that's in my head more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I have no connection with Ocarina of Time at all. Like I don't really like it, but
I mean, I think PT is legitimately the most horrifying game I've ever played, probably.
and I think Lisa's like a big part of that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like her just randomized placement around that entire section is just really gets to you. And again, like and there's nothing you can really do about it either. Like the Redeads, it's like, oh crap, Redeads, hack slash.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, they're dead. You can't really do anything about it.
At least you have to
it's
solve
like,
her puzzles, and then you can get out.
I mean, there were some legitimate moments in PT where I would spawn and I would feel like she was maybe spawning in a spot that is like, and I'm like, oh, okay, I want to reset this. I'm just going to run through the hallway and go through the door and reset this, how this is set up for the moment.
Yeah. Or even if you look straight up and you just see her in the rafters, that's just terrifying.
Oh gosh, yeah. And she's in the door. She closes the door real quick.
Yeah. And then the refrigerator that's just hanging with the blood and stuff like that. Like, just all the fetus baby and
And all the games that have come out, like indie games, what's that one? Oh man, like a Rose and Visage that people are working on. Have you seen any of those? Have you seen any of that stuff?
Yeah, the ones that are like inspired by PT.
People are, the stuff that she's inspired has been really cool to see come out of the community.
Yeah, and not the fact that she inspired a remake on the PC, that you also inspired the Dreams version. I mean, you know, this thing is it's such a interesting thing for it to be something that doesn't exist really. It doesn't. Like,
I think that whole, I mean, not to get too into actual like analysis of this stuff, but like I feel like Kojima's like a legend only got bigger after they booted him out of Konami, and I feel like this game's legend has only grown because it never happened. Yeah. So I feel like the fact that whole situation kind of shook down the way that it did has only amplified it more over the years. But either way,
I think definitely like the game like being mostly inaccessible now like does add to like the sort of like legacy of it. You know? And like because like I still have PC on my PS4 and I'm trying to see if I can transfer it over to my PS5 once.
So I'm not. If I can't, I'm not planning on selling my PS4. Like that's how much that probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%.
Can't do it. The other thing, I mean, the fact that it is now, like you said, it has a lore to it, right? So like back in the day, people was like, "Oh, you ever play this game Doom?" And they have like these little share copies.
Yeah.
Like it has that lore now of like,
right. Yeah.
I have a PS4. I'm selling it on eBay for $500, or whatever stupid price that people have been doing. Yeah, no, it has that kind of legacy. And honestly, the sad thing is that eventually all the PlayStations will die and they would be gone forever.
So will we all.
Like,
thanks for watching, guys.
Like, no, I wanted to do the ending of Blade Runner, but I couldn't do it. Like it was like Tears in the Rain.
They got a very grim note.
And all those PTs.
Like Tears in the Rain.
We lost in time, like tears in the rain.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I think she's scariest.
All right. I think she slaps. I'm gonna go ahead and move her up to the winner bracket right up top there. Everyone, give it a shout out to Lisa. It's her birthday. There you go.
Hey, don't touch that dial, Lisa.
Don't touch that dial.
Don't touch.
Oh
Yay.
boy, we did it. That was a whirlwind of mistakes.
Honestly, it went better than I thought it would have.
No,
like
for
top
sure.
8, we had Adam the Clown and Waluigi.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, that happened. Okay, I want to thank everyone here who obviously came up with the fun commentary and the decisions and everything that we've done over the last, I don't even know how long this video is. But again, thank you so much for watching. Again, Logan, where can people find you?
Hi, find everything at Dualshockers. Social media wise, I'm at Moreman12.
Ricky, where can people find you?
At Ricky Freck, Frech.
Okay. Peter, how can people find you? And what have you been working on, Peter?
I have been working on a review for. This should be out by
Halloween. Yeah, Halloween. So.
Yeah, so you can check out my review of the Dark Pictures anthology, Little Hope. There was a lot of Wendigo slander, a lot of Until Dawn slander. If you didn't like Until Dawn, you're not going to like this. But if you did like Until Dawn, then you'll love Little Hope. So you can go ahead and read that on dualshockers.com or find the video review at youtube.com/dualshockers. Or you can find me on Twitter at PETERSPITTECH.
Wow, they grow up so fast. To Michael, what have you been up to? I know you've been doing a lot of skateboarding.
Yeah, that's all I do now. I said, forget video games; they're all bad. That's what happens when you review too many of them. No, I'm still kind of reviewing some stuff. I think what was the last review I did, Logan? I don't even remember.
Solitaire Conspiracy?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that was the last.
That video did really well.
Yeah, that was a good game. Check out that review. It's on Dualshockers. Check out the video review. It was really good. But yeah, you could. I might be reviewing some stuff on Dualshockers. You can find me on Twitter though at the Michael Ruiz. I use Instagram a lot more now because I don't have to deal with Twitter so much anymore. So you can find me on. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram too at the Michael J Ruiz. Because someone has the Michael Ruiz, and it made me very upset.
Oh. And the mastermind for both this video and the last video that you watch, of course, I want to give a special shout out, Ryan. Thank you so much for putting these together. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, and like we said, we have a lot of cool stuff for Halloween, so you can check out on the site. We're at Dualshockers, and I'm on just my name, Ryan Meitzler, on Twitter.
Yeah, absolutely. And until next time, happy Halloween. Oh, that did do Ricky. He was the second one that did.
Did he?
Yeah, he did me.
He said FRECH.
All right.
Wow.
All right, I just hit this.
Hello, wine.
Wow.
Until next time, take care. Happy Halloween.
has to go up against the twins,
and they have 2 of them.
right? But which one? But as Logan had said, which one is the more high res penis?
Oh gosh,
Because that's how we're if that's how we're doing it. Like,
dang it.
However, if I'm kind of playing both sides here, double penis means double the pixels.
Double the pickle.
It's a Freudian slip there. I'm so sorry.
Did not help out water in my mouth.
My apologies, Mario.
Okay. I'm glad I recorded that too. So that's actually on record.
Oh, good.
Can we please post it on the Twitter? Okay.